How's it going, everyone? It's the Natural here and welcome back to another video on the channel. In 2026, Yamaha are beginning a brand new era in MotoGP as they begin the start of their new V4 adventure. But the big question is, why are Yamaha changing from an inline-four to a V4 that has won them so many championships and races in MotoGP? Well, in this video we discussed that and look back to when the inline-four was not only the bike to have in MotoGP, but in motorcycle racing. To start, let's look back at Yamaha's history with inline-fours and V4s. Yamaha began its Grand Prix adventure in 1961. Not in the Premier class of 500cc, but in 125cc and the 250cc classes at the French Grand Prix. A few years later, they debuted in the Premier class of 500cc with the YZR 500. In 1975, Yamaha won its first ever Riders' Championship in the 500cc class with Giacomo Agostini. And again with Kenny Roberts in 1978, 79 and 80. Then in 1982 they changed to a V4 two-stroke and won more championships. For 20 years Yamaha have used V4s in the 500cc two-strokes from 1982 to 2002. Then the four-stroke era of MotoGP began in 2002. Yamaha switched back to an inline-four with their brand new YZR M1. During the start of the 990cc era, Yamaha have been using inline-fours in the four-stroke MotoGP era. From 2002 to 2025, Yamaha have always used an inline-four in their YZR M1 bike, winning 8 Riders' Championships, 4 with Valentino Rossi, 3 with Jorge Lorenzo and 1 with Fabio Quartararo. They've also won 5 Constructors titles and 7 Teams titles, along with 125 race wins and 350 podiums with the inline-four. But for 2026, they will be changing to a brand new V4 for the first time ever in the MotoGP four-stroke era. The big question is, why? Why are Yamaha, a very successful manufacturer, not just only in MotoGP but in motorcycle racing, leaving the inline-four to go to a V4? Well, the main reason is the current bikes in MotoGP now, with the high top speeds and aerodynamics, the inline-four has hit its ceiling. While also Yamaha were the only manufacturer in MotoGP that uses an inline-four, while the rest all use V4s. Another reason is the inline-four is all about corner speed, taking a U-shape through the middle of a corner, which is fine when MotoGP bikes didn't have any aero on them back then. Now MotoGP is fully all about aerodynamics. Plus, the other manufacturers have V4 bikes that can do what a Yamaha's inline-four can do better. Like Ducati and Aprilia, who've got the 2 best bikes in MotoGP right now. But without a shadow of a doubt, the biggest reason is fighting in race battles. In the 2025 season, Fabio Quartararo on the inline-four Yamaha got 5 pole positions, but never won a race from it. Because in a race, battling with the other bikes, the Yamaha was like bringing a water pistol to a gunfight. It would get killed racing with the other V4 bikes, and they would just be at the back, literally struggling to get in the points. So in 2025 they decided to make a brand new bike in the YZR M1 V4 V4, ending its development of the inline-four. It was at the tail end of the 2025 season that we got our first look at the brand new YZR M1 V4 bike at Misano with test rider Augusto Fernandez. It was announced in late November that Yamaha will start a new project with the V4, while also ending its 24-year history in the MotoGP 4-stroke era with the inline-four. Will this new V4 project Yamaha are doing for 2026 and beyond be a success or a failure? Well, if we look back at another manufacturer in MotoGP that has been the benchmark in the sport for many years now, in Ducati. In 2011 to 2014, they were in the same situation that Yamaha were in. A bike none of their riders liked or enjoyed and was a million miles behind, battling for wins, podiums and championships. But that all changed when Gigi Dall'Igna came to Ducati and built a brand new Desma Sedici GP15 bike. This bike was completely brand new, just like Yamaha's V4 is today. In the future years, it took Ducati a long time to win races, as in 2015. They had a bike that was better, but still far away from the two dominant manufacturers at the time in Yamaha and Honda. It was in 2016 when the sport had new technical rules and a new tyre supplier in Michelin for Ducati to have a race winning bike, with Andrea Iannoli winning at the Red Bull Ring in Austria and later with Andre Dovizioso at Sepang in Malaysia. Then it took until 2022 for Ducati to win another riders title with Pecco Bagnaia. So this shows it's not just going to be a quick fix for Yamaha. It would take some time and lots of development before we see Yamaha back winning races, getting podiums and fighting or winning championships. What helps Yamaha is in 2027 the sport is having its biggest rule change for a very long time, with the current 1000cc bikes being replaced with 850cc's, along with Michelin gone and Pirelli being the new tyre supplier. This will mean every manufacturer and bike in MotoGP will be starting from zero. So this gives Yamaha a chance with the V4 in the 850cc era that might be the best bike on the grid, or it might be the same, or just like Ducati in 2015, take 2 steps back to take many big steps forward. In conclusion, this project Yamaha are doing is the biggest project I have ever seen Yamaha ever do as a manufacturer. To go from an inline-four to a V4 is, you're changing every characteristic, everything on the bike. This isn't like sticking a brand new, engine into a chassis, into a fairing. You're changing the whole DNA, the whole entire bike sort of thing. So this is going to take Yamaha a long time, and yes, 2026 may be probably the hardest season Yamaha are probably ever going to have, maybe since I've ever seen them in MotoGP, in Grand Prix motorcycle racing. But just like other manufacturers have in the past, Ducati being the same, they were in the doldrums for so many years, but they've had to take many steps back to take steps forward. Yamaha will get out of the hole that they're in. Yamaha will get out and single and be back at the front again. They're too big of a manufacturer not to. But 2026 is more of a take 2 steps back to take many steps forward. And given the fact MotoGP is going through the biggest technical rule change, biggest change I've ever seen the sport ever take, with the 850cc bikes coming in 2027 and Pirelli being the tyre supplier, that's going to cause so many head scratches for all the teams, all the mechanics, all the technicians out there. So I do think, like I said, Yamaha will get there, but it's going to take many try and error things for them. Also, people will sit there and think, with Yamaha now leaving inline-four to go V4, is this the end of the inline-four? Is the inline-four now null and void? To me, no. I don't think it is. It's just shelved for now. Like I said, Yamaha brought back the inline-four in 2002 in the start of the four-stroke era. During the end of the 500cc two-stroke era, they were on V4s. Yamaha were winning championships with V4s. They went back to inline-fours. Yamaha's DNA, for me, is always inline-four. At the minute, they may be on a V4 because that's the way the sport is now. It's all about horsepower. It's all about aerodynamics. But maybe in the future, maybe the inline-four, maybe the bike everybody needs to be on in the future. So it's not null and void, but at the minute it's just shelved. But I do think Yamaha, or if Suzuki come back to the sport, or if any other manufacturer currently in MotoGP feel they want to go inline-four, but the inline-four for me isn't dead, it isn't gone, it's just sort of not really competitive where MotoGP is at this moment in time. So I'll save another video on the channel, and if you like this video, then hit the like button and subscribe as well, and I'll see you in another video.